So, found myself in a different but still enjoyable vibe and thought I would share that energy with you. Well, my friends, we're dealing with feelings. You, again, this may or may not resonate with you. It's a general reading, but let's see if it fits the description, all right? We have a temporary coming together of like minds. You realize it's not going to last forever, but you have people that you're willing to be able to work with. And I'm very specific on that because there's this negotiation that seems to be part of the vibe. And there's meaningful connection, there's sharing and saying, this is what I'm here for. The other person's saying, this is what I'm here for, and we're able to make it work. It's not cumulative to your happily ever after, but it is adding up to part of your legacy. So I don't feel like this is a romantic thing so much as you're able to find partners for right now, to work through things at the moment. What that's allowing you to do is to put into practice some of the things you've been working on, some of the things you've been learning, which is really exciting. So there's this sense of leapfrogging, you're good in one area and you're able to make that work for another area by planting new seeds. Then you're able to, let me put this into different terms. You're able to take good care of yourself, which means that you're able to be kind to others, which means they're in turn able to give you good opportunities. You're able to move with the flow of currency, of time, energy, care, and medicine and mindfulness. And I love that. What that's doing is putting you in a position where you feel like you are tuned in. One of my favorite things about, and this isn't even the action so much as the pursuing of the truth, okay? It's like you've realized that working with these individuals, because, you get a couple of different things that light up at the right time, adds to your legacy because of the way that they're able to support you in getting to a better place of understanding, an increased sense of self-mastery, an improved skill set or talent that you are nurturing. And so it's allowing you to feel like you're able to create, and when I say legacy, I mean generational wealth. I mean being able to create a sense of stability, not just for yourself, but for those around you. And that's a really powerful thing because when we talk about cycles, right? So when we're talking about cycles of our thoughts and how we work with our mind, with cycles of our body and nature and being able to manage our responsibilities and duties within that, the idea of being able to balance your visions and your dreams with the realities of day-to-day life. And then, of course, the emotional context and being able to work with showing up in a lighter way. And when I say lighter, I don't mean like pure of heart. I mean being able to show up where you're not immediately rushing to go, this is terrible, or this is how this is going to go wrong, or this is how this person's going to disappoint me. I know I've said this before, but flash alert, they're going to disappoint you. It's what we do as human beings. We are fallible creatures. We're human, right? So when we get to a place of curiosity and wondering just how our mindset or our thinking or our willingness to be open and learn is a catalyst for everything that we didn't think was possible in our lives. That's where we see the what do I need to know. When I talk about stepping through a doorway, this is one that you've had to draw on yourself. You've had to build this doorway from scratch because nobody was like, hey, by the way, here's the door. You realized that you had to figure out where you wanted to go. You had to figure out what that door was going to look like for you to have meaning and value. You had to figure out what that door was made of so that you could figure out how to work with it. Right? And then once you had an understanding of the subject matter and the people involved and the systems engaged, then all of a sudden you were able to see your way through. your way into that opportunity, that version of yourself, that future destiny for yourself, because of the effort and time and energy and focus that you put into creating that for yourself. That is not nothing, my friend. I mean, wow. Just taking a minute and just wow. Okay? And so when you're able to show up with that there go the lights. Hold on a sec. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. So we have a sense of this is where we're at. This is what we needed to know. You needed to know. I'm telling you this right now. You might have been thinking of it. Let me tell you, it's true. It's real. It's happening. It's for you. So with that in mind, let's take a look at some advice. All right. What does spirit, ancestors, guides, source, universe, however you want to term, a higher power, a larger, or I love that it pops out again, intelligence, what's our advice for you? Mm-hmm. Ooh. All right, hear me out on this one. Same approach, always a mirror. We go from 3 small cards, people, places, things, everyday stuff. You are advised to see this as part of a larger shift within you. It makes me feel like it's the straw that broke the camel's back. A lot of little things, little choices you've made over the last while is adding up to you feeling a great big calling for a second chance. And something deep within yourself is saying, now is the time. Time for you to birth what you're ready to birth. Time to create, express, bring something into the world, manifest what was abstract and of the ether, and make it real for people. Make it real for yourself. It's a pretty powerful call. And what's so amazing about this is that it's not about you knowing exactly what to do. It's about your commitment and understanding, and again, faith, that what you're doing matters. So, for example, if I'm having a low moment and I go, why do I bother doing this? It's because I'm putting out good story, good energy, and love and support for those that need it. My intention is that for somebody who needs to hear this, they'll find this. And that to me is the love, generosity of spirit that I'm willing to contribute by expressing my experience in ways that you're able to adapt it to your life. That additionally transmutes from whatever my lessons were to whatever could be outside of myself. And I'm relinquishing control over that narrative in order for you to be able to mold it, work with it, and fashion something that matters to you. It's a very magical process, but to say, hey, by the way, I'm working with invisible energy and I'm shaping and sculpting and I'm passing that through YouTube and video and algorithms to get to you, sometimes feels a bit much. But that is the truth. I am throwing my heart and energy and soul into a message, throwing it in a bottle, putting a stopper on it, and tossing it into an ocean. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about this whole system. And by that I mean whether it's social media or in person or on video, it's the sense that, you're tuning a dial of a cosmic radio where all the dimensions are leaving messages in this ocean of everything in between. And we pick up the messages, us readers, channelers, guides, the ones that are listening, the sensitive ones, right? And we're channeling. We're like, hey, by the way, I got this message. Maybe it'll help you. Hey, by the way, I heard this. I thought it might, come of use. And what that means is that our loved ones that have passed on, our ancestors, people on the other side, our spirit guides, our higher selves, our inner goddesses, our bodies, our inner knowing are able to go, I need to talk to you. I need you to know this. It's it's really beautiful when you think about it. And here we are, shifting through the cosmic radio station and listening to the messages, the voicemails, the emails, the texts, the numbers, the signs, the symbols, and we're translating, we're picking it up, and we're tuning in with our antenna. And this is what's so cool about working with spirit, my friends. Ultimately, the advice is to express and to nurture your creativity and be a little haphazard. Don't worry so much about the how. Take a step, see how it feels, because that in itself is so enlivening. It it awakens things within you. It allows you to feel just that little bit closer to joy and holding on to it without so much fear.